Welcome back, Pokemon League Championship fans. As always, it is your host, Ian, aka Murrah, the CEO. I have with me today, so far, only Dan, my co-commentator.
Well, hello, hello.
What's going on, Dan? So,
Great.
I didn't really get a chance to announce. I was pretty friggin' busy today. I didn't get a really big chance to announce the giveaway, but we're doing another double giveaway this today, which is uh, yeah, Zach's not coming either. So it's another double giveaway of a Veltal and then a shiny Veltal if you are able to give us your friend code on the chat and exchange for that. So those are the giveaways today, and then we've got the semifinal matches this week. So Dan, you had your first week off from the playoffs again. How was your week off?
It was fine. Allowed me to relax a little bit more than I have been recently.
Yeah, I saw you on Dragon Ball a lot.
Oh yeah, I've been practicing some new team stuff.
That's awesome. So the season's coming into its twilight. We are literally this week and next week are the last weeks of the season. We'll end up taking a break after that and going into an off season shortly thereafter, which we'll have to set up and announce and get participants. So if you guys are looking to get into the league, now's the time. If you click the social tab down below, you'll be able to go to our Facebook page, add yourself, and then participate in off season and or when season 5 comes out, which will be on Sword and Shield, which is awesome.
I
So
agree.
this week we have there we go. Myself versus Zach are gonna go first. Basically he's Zach's number one spot in the seed. I mean the playoff bracket, whatever. He's number one. Um, I ended up because Jay Wade won. I ended up in Dan your bracket as well as Zach's bracket. I ended up taking it from Dan last week, and then I'm going up against Zach this week. So he's number one seed. It's pretty hard. He's a really good player. He's got an awesome team. And then on the other bracket, over on the Eastern bracket, we have Jay Wade had to get filled in by Jordan, and he lost to Aris, who went on to play Mike this week. So it's myself and Zach versus Mike and Aris in the semifinals.
Yeah.
Anything interesting you want to note about these teams or anything, Dan?
Oh, I was gonna say it's unfortunate for Joey to not be able to show up, but it is what it is. Jordan put up a good fight. For teams like you mean like what we're going on right now for game one?
Well, just the matchups.
Oh, honestly, it's just it doesn't matter what your opponent's playing. It's like the team you have is really annoying to deal with the fact you got the you got access to three fake out users, potentially three fake out users, and you also have the double intimidate going on. So a lot of people have really rely on like these heavy hitting physical attackers,
Yeah,
and then once you put those out of the equation, it's really easy for you to deal with their special walls, since that's the only part of the bracket you have to deal with for the most part.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I do have a pretty bulky team too, so I really like I like my team this week versus Zach. I was really busy this week. I mean, near the end of the season, you always get super something always happens where like work starts to pick up or something because it's usually in the summertime. And I just got really busy, so we actually postponed it till yesterday, which normally is a no-no, but because we had stream today and yesterday was Mother's Day, we were taking it off, it worked out. Uh, I ended up playing him literally at 10 o'clock last night, pretty much as late as possible as you can. I put one team together. Basically, I took the third team I had planned for you, Dan, and then I literally took that same team and changed like 3 or 4 things on it because I didn't even get to use it the previous week. No offense. Um,
No, whatever.
but this was basically my third team composition for you last week, and I didn't get to use it, so I figured, fuck it, that's one. I changed a couple things around to kind of suit Zach's overall team, and then the last two teams, I took like 3 of my favorite like teams from the we or it was really more like 4 or 5 of my favorite teams from the year and I popped a couple of those things on. Really, I was looking at the Pokemon, and I looked at those teams, and I said, what did I do this week with this Pokemon? And then I like changed it a little bit to suit Zach, but I basically used like kind of like bits and pieces from other weeks. So it was kind of like an all-star team, the last two, and I just tossed those together, and we went at it at like 10 o'clock at night. It was crazy. Um, I know Zach didn't have a lot of time to play on his teams either. He said he started working on them. I don't know if it was like Friday or Saturday. He might have even worked on them Sunday too. But he didn't have a lot of time this week to play on either. So, we were coming in. I didn't know who was going to win. I just knew I was going to give it my all in the battle. And then Mike versus a Reese. That's a real that the storied history there. They're brothers. Mike has beaten a Reese twice in season, and in last season he beat him a couple times too. Like so, in season he's always winning or usually winning against a Reese, and it's a big. He has a huge team this year with like Ditto and a couple other really strong Pokemon. Really like water and electric centric. So I have Mike as my pick, but Reese has won twice in the season. So we'll see how that goes. What do you think about that matchup?
Well, out of Mike and I, with our two of our Rancors, he's definitely got the scariest one out of all of them with the Tapu for the electric support along with the Zekrom. I think it's first off, can we just point out it's really ironic that the two brothers in the draft both have Zekrom and Reshiram. Like, that's funny as shit.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I just noticed that because I was just watching it a little bit ago today. But I think it's definitely a really uphill battle for Reese to deal with because he's got the bulk with like stuff like Mana Buzz and whatnot. He's also got really good access to Tailwind support, which Reese does too with Prankster when that
Esper
Tornadus
or whatever. Yeah. Oh right,
yeah,
Prankster Tornadus. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing about his team. He's got two genies. He's got two Pokemon that used to be Ubers, and in mid-season we turned them off on Ubers, like Aegislash and Greninja. And then he's got three Ubers. Yeah.
He's got a really strong Pokemon. Like, they're really good by themselves, too, so, like, you don't even need too much team synergy to go with them. But I still think it's a really uphill battle because Mike's team just works so well together. Like, it's just a bunch of gears shifting all together in, like, a really big, well-oiled machine. But Aris definitely has a lot of these all-star players here that, like, whether they support each other as good as Mike's team does, they might not. But they work so well by themselves that they can just get the job done just through what they do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, those two teams are just crazy powerful. So, I mean, it is what it is there. So, me versus Zach. First of all, Zach and Mike are first and second place. So, this week was going to be big anyway. I'm sixth place as far as the regular season goes. So, for me to make it this far was already an honor. I also was super, no offense to all the other players, I was super ready to lose because I'm ready to take time off. But he beat me really bad in week one, and he went basically undefeated until that one match with you. And I was like, like this is happening. Like I'm gonna fucking beat him. Like I gotta give it my all. So I put my teams together, and they had some decent synergy. Now, the team that you see right now, actually, hang on, let me pull that up because I have intimate details on it. I don't need to reveal too much. I just want to get a kind of an idea. So, obviously, I have the Sand Core in there. And then one of the things that's interesting about this Hitmontop is this team, against you, I went Intimidate Hitmontop. And then the third team, I went Technician Hitmontop. But I didn't get to use it. So, this is a Technician Hitmontop here. With some pretty cool moves. And then obviously Regenerator Slowbro, we have the Sand Core, which you know about, with a little bit of speed. My Yveltal is kind of offense and support, and it's also tanky, so it's a little bit all over the place there. And then my Excadrill is just my like sweeper and my hard hitter. So I'm hoping to save him for as long as possible, so I could do really good damage once I have advantage on the field, you know?
Yeah.
And that's my team plan here. Obviously, Zerora can put out a lot of damage. It can also eat things. This is a Assault Vest Zerora, so it's also a little bit bulkier against
Yeah.
like special attackers. And just a little fucking spoiler, I have knockoff on it because Veltal with Dark Aura powers up dark moves, so a couple of these Pokemon have dark moves on them, and then knockoff itself is just obviously really good to kind of deal with my opponent's items that he has on his Pokemon.
Hmm.
So that's this team. Do you want to talk about Zach's team?
With pleasure. So with Zach's team, we definitely have a lot of we do have some really easy threats to note already. We have the Landorus Therian, really good with Intimidate, super fast, really strong physical attacker. Unlike its excuse me regular form, which is usually more mixed. Has access to the U-turn too. Something I like to use for Volt Turn, which he could do here with the Rotom Heat, with decent special attacker, has really decent bulk. It's just like I always call it like the second best form, with Wash being the first one. And then we got the really bulky combo with Tangrowth and Milotic, both really hard to kill Pokemon. Um, Tangrowth could be Assault Vested, it could not, because it also has access to Rage Powder, which we'll see today. Milotic, really good, obviously expecting the Intimidate from either Incineroar or from Hitmontop, so once it gets that stat drop, it gets really scary really fast.
Because the
Competitive. And that's like any stat drop, too.
Yeah,
Really
it's
scary.
great. I actually, this match is pretty. That comes in play a lot, and I actually didn't really think about it. And it was kind of really fucking scary too
I
to
was
see
worried about it.
that shit go off. But I just kind of tried to keep a cool head, not get like super tilted or anything.
Gotta not care about it.
Yeah,
He's got the Mind Shell, obvious fake out supporter, really fast, really heavy hitter. It is a little scary with high jump kick, but that's something you gotta take into note whenever you bring a Pokemon with that much power in. Like, it's gotta have some risk for it. And then Magearna, he can use anything for it. He can get a Trick Room with it, which definitely has a lot of slower Pokemon too, outside of the Mind Shell and the Landorus, so it could be a Trick Room Magearna, but it could
yeah.
also be Shift Gear. Like with Z Shift Gear, that thing's really scary once it gets started set up.
Oh yeah,
And that's the thing. That's all
that's
of
for
it.
sure. Yeah. Well, we can go ahead and kind of kick this one off, just because I think Jay actually just hit me up. He's going to be able to make it in like about 10 minutes or so. But we're just going to go into this match, and then we'll try to stall out for him to come in for the second match. But are you ready, sir?
Yes.
All right, go. Oh no! Wait! Don't go. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, 1, 2, 3. Go. I don't know why it's week one all over again.
Trigger. Trigger a little too fast.
So I looked at his team and I was like, what's a good start? And I figured, bringing in Zorora in case I wanted to use Fake Out or some other move, and then Slowbro, so in case I got intimidated, it wasn't a big deal, and also I could pivot with Regenerator. And that's exactly what I did.
It's good here with most Landers in singles or doubles are good leads. So Slowbro is something that really threatens out that Landers really fast. And along with the Rotom Heat here, definitely can't one shot a Slowbro with Electric Move, but could be vice versa with Slowbro.
And then also Zorora has Volt Absorb. So I went for Fake Out on the Rotom, thinking he was going to use Protect on the thing. So if he didn't, I would hit it with Ice Beam. If he did, I would basically get a free turn to pass, and that's what happened. And then I go for the knockoff, trying to, I don't know if he pivoted his Pokemon, and instead he kept it in. He went for Earthquake. I knocked off his Yacha Berry, so the ice is gone, and then he triggers my Shucka Berry. And so I'm able to eat this here Earthquake.
For the most part. Yeah, he was definitely keeping in, expecting the Ice Beam on the Landorus with the Yachiberry, but with that knockoff, it's definitely really vulnerable now. And I don't know why he discharged here. I guess it's the only lesser move he has, since everyone.
I think he expected to kill Zorora.
Yeah.
And then he was gonna do some damage to my Slowbro, but it didn't. You'll notice Slowbro's name is Roselle. And then he hit him with the Scald, yeah.
Scald, yeah. Skull instead of the Ice Beam. So like that was a really big risky play for him to keep the landers here, but not expecting the Ice Beam to get knocked off. And here's where Tim on top switches out, and it's a
Oh yeah, he brings in Deep Sea Diver and Diva, sorry, and she gets
I'm doing something. I don't know yet.
And then I just get the Ice Beam on her, and I was like, come on, freeze, 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 freeze. Boom, and it froze.
I actually got the freeze axe.
I was like, yes, 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 fuck yeah, I got this. Like, I can do this. And he pulls his toaster back, knowing that obviously I'd target with a water move if I wanted to. Hit it, which is what I did. I go for the Mach Punch to try to do some damage to the Deep Sea Diva, and she thaws out on turn 1. The hacks.
Hey man, at least we got a freeze on it, but now we got the Toxic and the Slowbro. Not one to stall out with the battle with the water tanks, trying to wear down the Slowbro quick before Milotic goes down.
Yeah, and I was hoping maybe for a burn there, even though he switched in on it. I was like, whatever, maybe I'll get a burn. Didn't happen. So it's time to bring him out, yeah, because I can't let that Toxic start pounding up.
Yeah, go back to almost full HP with the Regenerator, and we get Evil Talk coming out, send the Dark Aura. So here comes Bulldoze, which obviously is good to get without Evil Talk out, and it slows the speed down on both these Pokemon, but that also triggers the competitive on Milotic, which
right.
This Milotic is now a big threat that
doesn't and he has really go down. He has Bulldoze because of Technician. Remember that.
Yeah. I forgot. I didn't even know it learned Earthquake Green thing. It doesn't seem like the Pokemon, but that Skull does a huge hit. If that thing got burned, that was definitely it.
Yeah.
But managed to stave off. Giga Drain going out, not doing anything.
And then whatever, because I switched in, not a big deal. I got leftovers.
Yeah, so now Milotic is immediately a big threat rather than just an annoying tank. And now we have the Rage Powder out here, just in case.
Which sucks because I was using Sucker Punch on Milotic, definitely anticipating it, and it fails because of that. But he was going to die if Sucker Punch went off. And then Oblivion Wing one-shots the Blue Spaghetti.
Yeah, if you don't have Assault Vest on Tangrowth, it's not really that good as a special wall, so it's going to go down in one hit. And now we get the Ice Beam coming out on the Evil Saw. Almost takes it out with like that huge hit.
Yeah.
And then we get the leftovers coming in.
Yo, she's so thick, dude.
She is really hard to. Yeah, she's strong. She's really bulky. Now we got Magearna coming out, which is another immediate threat. Expecting Dazzling going for protect.
And then I use Bulldoze.
Bulldoze for the super effective hit.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be super effective, and it's gonna fucking lower. It's gonna boost her attack though. Again, but it does half damage to the Strezlia. And then I get a free swap because he kills himself with Life Orb.
Mm-hmm. Which that's also scary for now because if this thing was Trick Room, this would be really terrifying because it gets the boost even if it didn't kill a Pokemon in battle. As long as the Pokemon dies, and now we get the shift here. Which, if it wasn't for that speed drop, who knows? But
yeah, I'm like panicking now for sure.
Once Magearna gets set up, it's one of the scariest Pokemon in the game to deal with, especially in doubles, where it can just get +2 out of nowhere. Jay remembers this Pokemon from both Zach and me.
Yeah, I was super shook, but I had done half its HP already, and I was like ready to go. I knew he'd probably protect with the Deep Sea Diva, or Diva, damn. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna hit the fucking Magearna. Yeah, neutral damage with a stab.
Yeah, I would have honestly, instead of protecting with the Milotic, just attack with both Milotic and Magearna, because like you're gonna have to deal with one of those two threats, and Yveltal might not kill depending on how much HP it has left with the Sucker Punch.
I was going for Dark Pulse with the stab and the Dark Aura boost, just to try to do as much damage to him as possible.
Yeah, there's no guarantee it would have killed or if it would have lived.
Yeah,
it was pretty low, but I would have still gone for the risk anyway. At least you're threatening something.
I was anticipating a fake out here, but I said, fuck it, I'm going to go for it. And he didn't fake out, which is his mistake. And his boosted Diva goes down.
Yeah, so that's one big threat gone now. So now we have Hisenko going for a quick U-turn. Does a really good hit with a Life Orb damage just to get some Pokemon. Switches back out. I would have probably high jump kicked the Zonora or I actually would have high jump kicked the Evoltol because that more than likely would have gone down from that.
Neutral damage, yeah, with stab.
Mm-hmm. Now we get the Intimidate off on the Zorora. Obviously doesn't really matter except for the Sucker Punch on Evoltol. Takes a huge hit from Dark Pulse though. So now we're on our last limbs.
Yeah, it's already been bad for that Pokemon. And I know that he's thinking I'm going to be shook by his Flanders with my guy, so I'm just going to keep him in. He fakes out this, anticipating a switch out I anticipate. I just go for the knockoff to kill that motherfucker. And it doesn't! Oh no!
Literally 1 HP. Goes for the Stone Edge on Bacon, and the Bacon gets sizzled.
Which is, he survives by 1 HP because of the Intimidate, too.
Mm-hmm. Intimidate's such a good ability. A lot of people need to keep checking it.
Yeah, and now Roselle's back in, ready to go. He's got basically full HP, if not actually full HP. And I was going to outspeed that Pokemon anyway, so Earthquake wasn't going to do it.
Facts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey!
I was like, I don't know which part of the match they're on, so let me just listen for a bit.
Oh, yeah, no, the stream's over, buddy. You're slow.
So, brave little Toaster comes in. I go for the Psyshock that was going to hit the Mineshow. It doesn't, but it almost kills the Toaster and triggers the berry. Oh, fuck me.
This Toaster is brave as shit and doesn't want it to go down to anything.
That's the bravest Toaster I've ever seen.
Dude, that Toaster broken. Toaster needs to get nerfed, honestly. And then we got Water Noodle Hands coming back out.
He only has 2 Pokemon left. He can't reset Fake Out after this. I go ahead and decide I'm gonna set up my sand setters. And even if he kills that fucking Tyranitar, it's whatever.
And then we got Excadrill showing up. A little late to the party. We get the high jump kick going in for the Tyranitar, actually. Takes a huge hit and one-shots it because that's time for fighting weakness.
Yep. But it did what it had to do by setting the sand. And then he goes for Discharge, which doesn't affect me.
But that is going to hit the Hisenko, though, which, do not like that. Especially if you do end up paralyzing your own Pokemon. This thing's also got Life Form on it, too, so it's going to be taking so much damage if you just let it live.
Right, and now I can just come in. He's back. I can fake out the Hisenko. Say, screw it. Bang, and then
give him the clap.
And then I hit him with exactly what he was here for, the Z-Rock.
The brave little Toaster must fight Mount Everest. Will he succeed? Probably not, but Excadrill showing up at the last second, taking in all the spotlight that everyone else did. Fine.
He'll do what he came here to do.
Just drop the rocks.
One gigantic rock on a toaster.
You got desperate times call for desperate measures when you're fighting.
Yeah.
And that's the first match, or first game.
Yeah, it goes down. Crucial switches there. Obviously, I had a lot of switches going on. I focused heavily on maintaining the what's the word I'm looking for? Momentum
Tempo?
on my side. I was definitely in the advantage for a while, so I was trying to keep that up. And the switches really are. I think that was what really let me win here was the switches.
Switches and then the mind gaming. It's expecting certain protects, so you went for something else, and then when he wouldn't protect against some moves, and you knock out my Milotic, for example, instead of just attacking with both. Yep,
exactly. And the Strezza, I mean, once I took out Magearna, I was like, all right, I can do this. I knew. Go ahead.
Even with the shift gear, Magearna does get outfed by several things in the game, so if you have those certain outs to it, you got those outs. That's just the way it is.
And it was Aurora because of his speed, and the only reason he was even there was because of the Shuckaberry.
Remember, kids always use Shuckaberry. If someone says use Life Orb, just use Shuckaberry.
So I go into the next round. By the way, welcome to my back to my OG co-host Jay.
Yo,
what's up? It's good to see you or hear you,
man. My sense of timing is horrible. I'm sorry for running late.
No worries. No worries, man. I know it's a weird day to do it anyway. And that was, whatever. Zach can't make it today. I don't know why. Maybe he doesn't want to commentate his own matches.
Boo!
Oof.
I have that
Tough
effect on
crowd.
people.
Talk your shit,
Apparently.
bro. Talk your shit. It's okay.
Yeah, we miss you too, Jordan. So the next match, this is one of the teams that I made that was like, I'm gonna mix a couple of my favorite things from there, from my previous weeks. This team had a little bit to do with my Victini. I really liked. Obviously, Veltal was there. I wanted to go for some ground advantage over his Pokemon in the form of Gastrodon and Nidoking. And then Zorora is just there to do what he does, and so is Incineroar. This match has a point where it's unendingly long, so we'll skip a little portion of it there at the end and get to the very end once it gets to that portion. But
Gotta
it
give the MVP his screen time.
right. This is a really good match, and it was actually pretty close too. Basically, his team is crazy powerful over here. I looked at it for 2 seconds, and I just was like, all right, I'm gonna go Gastrodon Yveltal, kind of a similar lead to my previous one, except I had no physical attackers to lead in, just because I wanted to have my tanks. And they were both special attackers, so they could start kind of setting up on him and not be privy to the Intimidate, which is what he leads. My Victini is just there to be fast and hit really fucking hard with a variety of crazy attacks that it shouldn't have access to. And that's pretty much it. I mean, everybody knows what Nidoking does, so I don't need to go over that. Jay, since you are finally here, you want to take Zach's team here?
Yeah, man. The only thing I saw about this series was just like the very end result. But what I think Zach's going for, I think he's going for some type of like trick room based variant with probably not a trick room with Lunala, and then he has the Snorlax there. He also has Magearna that are both well, Snorlax is very slow. Magearna's like base 60-ish, 50-ish speed, so it's still really slow. So both of them on the trick room, they're probably gonna put in a decent amount of work. He goes for the Landorus lead, probably assuming that you're gonna go for something like like maybe some type of lead with like Incineroar or like Aurora, which you usually go with. He goes for the Beyond Shot with the Fake Out support. My Milotic is there, I'm assuming, for Victini and for Incineroar. Takes so many hits, and it's just extremely hard to take down because its HP and special defense are so good that you don't really need to put that much investment into them. You can just focus it on its physical defense.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I think Zach had a pretty good team. I think you guys, as I said, remember when we were talking, like, I think it was last week, we had that discussion that you guys match up. I wouldn't say well, but like it's really close. You know what I mean? So it's like this match could go whichever way.
Yeah, exactly. I have a 1-game advantage here. I don't know. We didn't really talk a lot during the second between the matches. I don't know if he was tilted or not or whatever. He asked me at the end. He was like, "Do you have another team ready or what's up?" I was like, "Yeah, I fucking got 3 teams ready. What's up?" He was like, "Oh wow. Well, all right, let's go."
Talk your shit, bro. Talk your shit.
And so we decided to go at it really quick. He sent me the invite this time, and this match is pretty cool. So you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
With the countdown.
Off to the races on this one. My Gastrodon is my tanky girl. My Yveltal also really tanky. Man, Yveltal is just crazy bulky and has crazy attacks. Like, I really like Yveltal.
For them thick strips of bacon, you think its defense would be a little bit more frail, but it's extra crispy.
Extra crispy. I've been using the shiny variant, obviously, because I think that the shit is tight.
Bro, it looks so freaking cool with that color. It's crazy.
Yeah, I like it a lot. So he gets the Intimidate off, but it doesn't affect either of these guys really. Goes for the Fake Out on that Pokemon, which was a huge fucking mistake because obviously Gastrodon has access to fucking Ice Beam.
I think he was mostly not worried about the ice beam because he was very confident in that it wouldn't one-shot the Landorus, but
And he needed to set those rocks to stop my shifting as much.
I was about to say, I'm like, this lander, so every time, like, no matter whose team it's on, just gets smacked first turn. I was about to say, I was like, come on, Zach.
so
But
we
then
get the
it-
high jump kick.
You know, for all the teams that has been on, he definitely used it the best. Like, it survives the longest on his team. It eats an ice beam from this guy. I survived with a crit right there. I was so fucking hyped. I was like, yo, this bitch is alive! And then I realized that I was probably going to die. But I probably shouldn't have done what I did. I swapped out a Veltal on this next turn. And then when I did it, I was like, oh, fuck. As soon as she comes back, she's going to die.
Super
Right.
dead. So the bacon will be crunched later on in the game. But now we got
Yes.
Buster Buns showing up. Barely risky switch just in case of the Hydro Pump or
Wow.
anything. But yeah, missing with the high jump kick and some instant knockout on the half HP Mean Shaft. So that's a really big change. Actually going for the Toxic, just like on the Slowbro last game. Doesn't want to really fight the stall war with the tanks, so why not just Toxic the other tank? And now we get a Scald just for quick damage. Potential burn.
Yeah, and I'm thinking here, this bitch is a tank. Leave her the fuck out there.
Lunala coming out now. Could be Scarf, but could be Trick Room, like Jay said. We get an Earth Power here just to break the Shadow Shield. So now it's really frail. I don't know why he went Skull. I guess he forgot about
Oh,
Skull.
Zach.
I think
Oh,
I
no.
think he might have thought I was gonna switch out
Switch out too, yeah.
because
yeah.
of the poison, but I was like, fuck it, leave it in. And
Yeah.
I didn't even think about the Storm Drain until he happened. I was like, oh, huh.
Now we get the Trick Room on the Lunala. Scary thing here is that the fastest Pokemon on the field now is the Gastrodon. So he's gonna switch out Lunala, not want to take a random hit from like a Scald or something. Switches out for the Snorlax, and this boy is thick.
Oh
Thicker
yeah.
than a oatmeal. You see that Earth Power? Man, that shit trash.
Yeah, it doesn't do enough at all.
That
Now we get
actually a decent amount of damage, to be honest, considering like how bulky Snorlax is. I thought the Ice Beam was gonna kill, so that's clutch.
And I got a
Get
crit.
Oof, wow.
I didn't know if I was
that
going to be
hurt.
able to take her down, honestly. And then killing her, I was like, fuck, yes, yeah. I was like, over on my side, I was so hyped.
He was like, hell yeah, man. Freaking punch in the air and shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would have actually left that like in the yellow or red. But now we're gonna starting seeing Curslax from back in Gen 2 era. So now this thing's gonna start being a big threat, especially now that it's getting slower. So it could potentially outspeed Gastrodon. Actually, it's already outspeeding Gastrodon. So
Oh, the burn?
I'm trying hard.
Oof.
I keep trying to get that burn, dude.
But now we have back to almost full HP again. Side Shock and the Lunala gonna take out the Nidoking.
I'm honestly surprised that, like, the Scald is doing that much damage on like that Snorlax though. I'm eager to.
Well, he got a boost.
Set he's running with it.
He got a boosted special attack, I think once or even twice now because of Storm
Oh,
Drain.
really?
Yeah, from the Storm Drain.
Oh, right. I didn't know that did that. To be
Gastrodon low-key does do damage. I disagree with the switch here with Evotel.
I was gonna lose it anyway, and I was like, let's
so,
just
like,
get
my
it out of the
loss.
way. Let's
I
just
was
get it
gonna
out of the
say
way. You know what I mean? Like,
switch out later.
I didn't want to get into a situation where I had one Pokemon left and it was a Veltal.
It was a Veltal. So now Moist Slug returns just to switch out into Zeraora. So now we got the double fake out combo with the Fire Electric. Doesn't do too much damage with that. He's going for Recycle.
And I don't go for Fake Out because I go for this.
Yeah, I guess he didn't protect, expecting you to fake out, but instead he's going to take a Darkest Lariat to the face, and
Here comes that clothesline, boy.
that's and Lunala gets a side B, and it's out of the match.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta take this Lunala out.
Yeah, it's a big threat gone. So I feel like he might have been tilted off of that, like, man, I should have fucking protected or something, I don't know. But now we got the double intimidate with switching back out immediately, wanting to keep. Now we got the double intimidate with Lunala. 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 Now we got the double intimid going for a risky switch here. I feel.
I wouldn't have done that.
With the Morgana,
That's just
yeah.
me.
But hey, hits the fake out, and then Snorlax getting a second curse up, trying to break through that Intimidate. So this thing is really bold.
I chose to go U-turn here, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you went for a U-turn.
Yeah, because I knew I needed to reset attack or intimidate, and then it just happened to be that he dropped Magarena in. And I also think that Trick Room goes down this turn, and I was timing it. Yeah, I was definitely
going now.
I was like,
Yes.
get that speed shift, you know.
So at this point, you're in a really good spot, Ian. The only thing you really have to worry about is Snorlax. At that point, this is gonna hurt.
Look at this. That moves out of here.
I was like, this is gonna hurt.
Oh
no!
High horsepower. If that was an earthquake, I'm telling you, that was probably a double one.
Wow.
That might have been a kill.
I would have thrown my DS out the window. That's so sick.
Yeah, let me just tell you, high horsepower hits less than Ice Crash, apparently.
Yeah, well, I mean, they both have the same accuracy, apparently.
Do they? I didn't know that.
I hit him with the blue flare, and Strizzlia, again, does nothing.
Yeah, I'm surprised he just didn't switch out the Landorus and sacrifice it there. Keep it alive. But now we got high horsepower. It doesn't kill.
Because of the Intimidate, yeah.
And then speaking of Intimidate, we have a really angry lot showing up, finally.
And I know that Fake Out's going to do a good amount here, and I could just get a free kill. So I go for it.
If I'm Zach, I'm just like pressing curse, hoping to God something happens.
I hit him with another blue flare. I'm hoping to get the burn again. I'm still trying to get the burn here.
You gotta get the burn, but the berry comes back again from that recycle. Getting switched with the Landorus, and then we get a high horsepower. This one's gonna hit just like the last one. Kill with the key.
Yep.
So Snorlax so far is starting to be MVP of Zach's team.
And now I bring this dude back. I know I have a little time here. I need to reset Intimidate again because of the situation I'm in, and I can kill that Pokemon with a Fake Out.
And he goes, and then we go for a U-turn again. Not too much damage, but it's going to reset Incineroar for both the Fake Out and the Intimidate, which can be really
good plays, Ian. Good plays, my guy.
Yeah.
Now we have the Void Slug. And then he's going to go for another recycle.
I was really thinking he was going to get me here with this Snorlax, honestly. I was like, motherfucker, this thing's going to be impossible to take down.
Yeah.
Bro, if this Snorlax had like Earthquake, just as Dan said, I'm pretty sure
the game would be over.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this game would have been over. But I mean, it happens.
Yeah,
but that thing is taking these hits like a champ, and it's still hungry. It's just eating up the berries.
Eating all the berries. And even with like all these Intimidate drops, so we're gonna get the return here. It's gonna take out the Gastrodon.
Yeah. Thanks to the Toxic.
Yeah, Toxic. Also, Gastrodon doesn't really have that much good physical defense.
That's
so like
true.
even with these Intimidate drops coming in, the Stealth Rock damage is chipping these Pokemon, and the rest of your Pokemon are weak to ground type moves. So that high horsepower.
I'm just trying to
threat.
So I get the Fake Out in, and then I get the Brick Break just to kind of get some damage and set him to a point where I can maybe force him into a consistent recycle. And that's basically what happens here in a second.
Yeah, Plasma Fist doing a little bit more than Brick Break, and we're gonna get Flare Blitz and Incineroar.
And I did this on purpose too because of the recoil damage. If he had high horsepower, I was gonna die, and I triggered my berry.
We get nice and a little bit healthy because he ain't the only one that eats berries around these parts, but he's going to go for Recycle and immediately trigger the berry he just recycled.
Exactly. Now we're in the part of the match I told you guys about earlier where we kind of just see me keep double attacking him and then him recycling and eating his berry is kind of how this one goes.
Really? I'm surprised in like high horsepower.
Well, here's the thing. With the... Like, alright, so we're watching a situation here where he's trying to get me. He's thinking I'm going to Flare Blitz a couple more times because I'm thinking I forget if it doesn't do burn, but I'm like trying to do as much damage as possible, and it's not enough. And so he's trying to recycle until I take enough damage where he can high horsepower kill me. And I start realizing, like, oh, that could be the case. So I eventually switched to, like, Darkest Lariat. And it's doing basically about the same amount of damage to him. I'm skipping ahead now. He keeps recycling. I look up how much recycle PP it has. It only has 10. So I know I can do this. I think he's finally getting low on recycle here. And eventually he's like, all right, if I can hit high horsepower on the Incineroar and kill it, then I can take out the Zorora by recycling and then killing him. It doesn't kill me. I survive by 9 HP. He didn't use recycle, and I go for the Plasma Fist, and that fucking follows up by the Darkest Lariat. Or no, it doesn't even matter. Plasma Fist takes him out. And I 2-0 Zach, the previous champ, for my ticket into finals. Started from the bottom, now we're here.
You shut up.
I was 6th place, bro. I was
right, but that's not the bottom.
It's the bottom 3.
You weren't Joe Wade.
You know what I mean? Exactly, you weren't J Wade.
So I'm here with that nonsense.
But for real, this is pretty big, man. You ended the streak and you upset the number 1 seed. How does it feel?
It honestly, I literally at the end of the match, we had been kind of messaging a little, and I was like, "Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck just happened?" I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" He was like, "You won, bro." He was like, "You won." I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, and at that point in time, because it was Sunday, I had to tell him if he was gonna win, who he would be facing in finals, so it wouldn't be like a big reveal. And we were both kind of just he really wanted to face the person in finals. I was just kind of shook, and then I'm sitting here like, oh dude, fuck, like the winner of the next series we have to play, and it was a little bit of a crazy time for me. So I'm in the finals. I am the first person. Well, technically I was the second because they had their match first, but in the stream context, I'm the first person to be in the final spot.
And now we may need a stat check on this, but is this the first season that the 1 seed has not made it all the way to finals?
I think it is. It absolutely is, actually.
So this right here is like PLC history, man. Holy shit.
And I made it to finals again. The last time I was there was season 1 in singles.
Ugh.
I know. But either way, I have a tough opponent to look forward to, because if it's Mike, like we said earlier, Mike has a bunch of crazy Pokemon, a great team. He has Ditto. If it's Reese is a 2-time champion. His team's no slouch either. So I'm staring down the barrel here at like some really crazy fucking people to play, and these teams that they have are crazy. Reese also has basically, doesn't he have 2 ways to stop priority moves like Fake Out and stuff?
Yes, he does. He does.
So like, I'm already at a little bit of a disadvantage with my like high Fake Out access and my high priority access. So I'm if he goes against me, I'm gonna have to deal with that. If I go against Mike, he has a lot of access to some really good Pokemon against my team, and he has Ditto, so I'll have to face my own team. It's just not looking good either way. But
now we have the matchup between Truth and Ideals coming up right now.
Right, and Mike made it to playoff or finals last year. It was his first time in finals because he usually has to play his brother. And if he were to make it to finals, he definitely is hungry to avenge his last year's loss. So he's really hungry, and Reese already said as much that he's not looking forward to playing his team. You guys want to handle one of each of them?
I will handle Reese's because I feel like I talk a lot.
I guess I'll go for my fellow young buck.
All right, lead it off, bro.
So Mike's Mike's coming in with the Rain Core. He has the Pelipper, the Ludicolo, Tapu Koko, and the Zekrom, all of which do amazing under the rain. With Coco, Coco just extremely fast. He could spam Thunder with it. Coco has an amazing special attack that he has with Zekrom. With Zekrom, I like Zekrom because it's one of those Pokemon you could go physical, but you could also go special if you want. And I think, if Mike wanted to go a special attack in Zekrom, I think it'd be something different. But I feel like the way he's been using it all season, even the stats prove it, it's just been destroying like every opponent he's faced. And the same thing could be said with Infernape. Infernape could also be physical and a special attacker. It's probably there for the fake out support and the speed. And it might be there also if Mike does want to run some type of like cheese baton pass. I'm not sure if Infernape gets baton pass, but we'll figure that out. And then up front, he has the Mandibuzz. Probably going to be the tank. Probably for Meowstic, which Reese does have. Mandibuzz is just extremely hard to take down. In general, its typing is really good for being a tank. And yeah, man, I think it's a pretty good team. I'm a bit surprised though. I feel like this team isn't like the strongest he could have brought for the first match.
Well,
you know what I mean?
You have the first match is just the warm up. You can't show up your full power.
Nah. You see, because that's the issue. Because I'm like, if you lose the first match, then you're coming in with more pressure to win the second match. So I mean, that's just me. I'm just like, I like to go hard every single, from 1 to 3. I just feel like you need to come out strong. I'm not saying this is a bad team though. I'm just saying I thought he would have brought something, a bit more. That's what I'm looking for. Heavy hitting. That's what I'm trying to say.
That works too. I will go into Arise's. Arise coming in with the Serena to block the fake out support, which is a good move here since we know Mike has Ludicolo and the Infernape with 2 fake out users. Also pretty decent in the rain. Good against water types. Granted, Mike doesn't really have any waters that lose to grass except for like Kabutops. Also really good, just a really strong physical attacker. Also has access to fairy coverage with Flare Rough, which is good for that Zekrom. Which we all know with Mike's killing streak with that Zekrom, it's the biggest thing on his team. Meowstic with the obvious support with the Prankster. Interested to see what he brings with it this time because he usually switches it up here and there. He's bringing his Tornadus in. Tornadus with the Prankster Tailwind. Also, it's actually really good against Mike's weather with the rain because it's guaranteed hits from the Hurricane, and it's not a slashing special attacker either. It hits hard, and it's really fast. It is really frail though, so you got to be careful with, especially with all these ice electric moves that Mike has in this team. Azumarill, we all know what Azumarill does. It's usually a belly drum hitter with fairy water coverage. Aqua Jet for the priority. Same old. Aegislash, that one Pokemon that's an Uber that was an Asterisk that he took just before it lost its Asterisk. It's usually like a one-trick set, but that one trick it does is really scary because it's all about mind games, and if you play the mind games wrong, you will get destroyed from it. And can either go physical or special too, so that's something scary you have to worry about. And then lastly, he has his Reshiram, which Mike's been telling people don't let Arise get Reshiram because like that's going to be really scary. So I think this is the first time. Maybe no, he uses it against Joade, but we'll see what Arise does with Reshiram this time. It has access to a lot of Fire Ground, Dragon. Also has access to Tailwind, which is something really good. And once again, we have the battle of truth and ideals with Zekrom versus Reshiram, and of course the brothers both own them both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So cool.
It's a metaphor.
It's a metaphor. Truth versus ideals.
So, let's kick this match off. You guys ready?
Oh, sure.
Right. 1, 2, 3, go. These 2 matches are really, really friggin' awesome. I mean, they're long, but they're awesome.
That's probably why they're last.
Yeah.
So I think Arise did actually change his outfit, so he does not get a game loss today. So thankfully.
I also changed my outfit, but nobody seemed to give a fuck about that.
Well, hold on, pal. Maybe because in the video it was from Zach's preview, so we saw Zach's outfit. Come on, Ian. Come on, bro.
So we got an immediate ice beam. on the Serena. Definitely an assault test Serena, not taking too much damage. And we get
Clutch taunt.
Yeah, the taunt on. So we can tell here that he was actually going for Trick Room or he's going for an attack because there's no way that Mandibuzz would outspeed it. It gives a huge U-turn on Pineapple Head.
That did a lot of damage. Goddamn.
That did some. Like yeah, Serena hits hard. She extra thick with his kicking legs. Yeah, so he was going for Trick Room, so that's actually a Trick Room team he's going for. Switching out the Ludicolo, not want to get that shit blasted.
Setting up the electric terrain too.
It's really good switching from the Tornadus because Tapu Koko does actually
outspeed
Tornadus. So immediately give him electric pressure. I can't even talk today. Good lord.
Smart switches on both parts right there.
It's a lot of switching really early, and we get the tailwind with the Tornado. Since you aren't letting him use True, I'll just outspeed you, man.
He taunts that guy now. That guy can't do shit with his.
It did its job though.
Yeah, it got the tailwind.
We got the tailwind up.
And I got the Reshiram hitting the field. Takes neutral damage from Fairy, so it's a decent switch. Maybe Mike's not prepared for it and goes for the mirror move and it fails. So now here's something really scary. We have the Sword Dance on the Aegislash, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is the turn. Mike's actually expecting this, so he goes for the Whirlwind. Something really smart, because Aegislash is also known to have weakness policy, so you can just trigger that weakness policy and get it out of there. Make it waste time.
This match already has been like a minute, and it's really, really back and forth on both sides. Even though like nothing's died, there's a lot of really good plays on both parts.
Yep. After the Whirlwind switch, he gets a really unfavorable switch in with a Tornado, so he switches back out again, not when to lose pressure. Bringing out the thick bitch. Pelipper comes out, gets the Reina. I actually forgot her name for a second, so it's like thick. So now we got the birds, and this is really good for the team because Reshiram's super strong, but in the rain, it definitely has a disadvantage compared to Zekrom. So now we have a tailwind on both players' teams now, with the Reese is going to be running out soon. Switches out for the Reshiram, not wanting to take damage, and wait for that to get the Azumarill out.
Double switch out here. I like it.
Yeah, double switches are the way to go, man.
Dude, these brothers know each other so well.
Yeah. So we get the foul play. Originally going to go for the Serena, but no, for the Reshiram actually. So it's going to hit the. We're going to get a Hurricane, and that's super super clutch because he gets the Confusion, I believe. No, he doesn't.
Oh no!
But we do get Toxic.
Oh, that's a smart Toxic right there on Reese's part.
I don't like that Toxic.
We haven't seen a lot of Toxic today because Zach was all.
Yeah, there's been a lot of fucking chip damage, if you will.
Mm-hmm. So Skull coming out does a huge hit on Mr. Whiskers and gets the burn. The first burn I've seen on Skull this entire. I'm pretty sure Skull sucks now. I don't know. Player Up gonna do a huge hit though, but it's gonna pop that berry.
Alright, so now the Toxic is set in. That's looking bad news bears for that Pelipper.
It is, and then we get a berry from the burn damage. You know, I'm on fire. Might as well just cook up these berries. And they taste good.
That Pelipper's sitting there looking like a goddamn Thanos when they rolled on him in the end-to-end game.
Get the hell out of here.
So Coco coming out to reapply that electric terrain, and we're gonna go switch out on the cat for thick bitch thick Serena. Serena coming out a lot, especially against this Pelipper. Could be getting hit from the Hurricane, but it's actually Azumarill. That's a fat hit, and the confusion's really big.
As you said, she is thick.
Extra thick. And all these berries popping. And does Azumarill get the hit? Nope, she just punches herself in the face because that's the right thing to do, I guess.
I mean, sometimes you get that urge, you know?
Sometimes it just be like that, man.
It be like that sometimes. Switching out the Azumarill, not one to get hit, but the Coco. Switches out for the Reshiram, predicting an electric hit. Not going to do too much damage on her Reshiram if that's the case.
Nah, Reshiram don't give a fuck about that.
Thick legs switching out again for the cat. Probably expecting the Hurricane just one thing.
Hano turn rain too, I think. I'm
I
not sure though.
believe so. And this is actually a physical attack in Tapu Koko with Brave Bird.
It's
Tapu
not
Koko.
enough.
Tapu Koko's physical attack is 115, so...
Yeah,
and
Mike
I
wants
tend-
to kill this cat. I respect it though, because I'm like, if you let that thing just stay in there and just go crazy, it'll
Well, to be
definitely
fair,
gonna make you
that
pay
was-
for it.
To be fair, that was Serena beforehand, so he really wanted Serena dead. Or he's expecting the switch. But yeah, the rain's gone now, so Reshiram is free to do whatever it wants with his fire moves.
I hate Tapus, man.
So now the Infernape comes out, looking all angry with third gear or whatever. I don't watch that fucking show.
Come on, Dan.
I don't know,
Come
man.
on. He said gear third. It's
Shut your mouth.
it's gear second. Come on, man.
Oh man, sorry. Heatwave gonna take a huge hit in it.
Jesus Christ. Jesus. This
Look, man,
Aegislash, man.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
Aegislash, man, is intimidating.
Yeah,
Is this the Shadow
especially 'cause
Sneak?
you can't fake it out.
Ooh, okay. God damn.
I couldn't fake it out if I wanted to with this motherfucking guy's team.
So now down to 1 HP when the weakness policy triggers. Now he's got +4 attack. So whatever he's hitting is dead. 100%.
Yeah.
Mandibuzz, I don't care if you're getting hit with a Shadow Sneak, probably dead. But it says it's a sacred.
Dead.
Jesus.
We gotta cut the turkey, even though it's a...
Yeah.
And then Pelipper comes out, resetting that rain, turning off the heat wave, because the Reshiram's heat waves, even against like certain Pokemon that resist it, still hits like a truck.
Oh yeah.
Now we're gonna switch out from the rain. Wendell stall out and bring him back out the Azumarill.
Is this the King Shield? I believe it is.
It is in fact a shield for kings.
That's what happens.
It'd be like that. You never know what Aegis actually gonna do. It's square up or gonna pussy back.
Oh, he punched the shit out of that bunny.
Close combat won't do it though.
Some of
Now-
these Pokemon people are asking for, I'm giving away the Pokemon that you guys had me make this year.
So Electro-Terrain is gone again. Mike might not switch out for Coco. We're actually gonna go for a Helping Hand on the Pelipper. But here's the problem though. Reese can just do double priority with Aqua Jet and the Shadow Sneak. And at +4, nothing is surviving the Shadow Sneak.
I gotta try some jank shit against one of these guys.
Yeah, man, this team's looking crazy. But I mean, this Aegislash is a problem, man.
Once it gets set up, you need to have some kind of so to keep Shadow Sneaking for game. So now we got Coco with the turn again, and even with the sweat swim in the rain for Ludicolo, it's not going to outspeed a priority hit. Switching out the Azumarill, going back into
Probably gonna fall right here though, if I'm Reese.
It'll
Keep it up, I respect it.
Yeah. Oh, he's going for the King Shield actually. But no, I want to pad these stats more, man. Can't let him fall just yet. Gonna turn off the fake out of the Queenly Majesty and gonna hit with the Dazzling Gleam. Won't be too much on the Serena though, since it's all vested.
And Reese is in a really good spot at this point. Aegislash is this Shadow Sneak spot, he kill whatever. Yeah, it's yeah. There goes Coco, and at this point,
He's
Aegislash
dead.
does go
He's
down.
already dead.
I'm like Aegislash goes down, but at this point,
Yo,
Reese
that
is
just
in a good
gotta feel
spot.
good though. That's just gotta feel really good to take that motherfucker down.
And then the U-turn gonna take out the. So now he's down to his last Pokemon, which we all know is that dragon.
And then there's other dragon on his team, I think, right?
Yes, sir.
Neover, Tornadus.
Tailwind's
Just so the
done.
Tailwind comes out.
Fuck.
And Zekrom.
I mean, at this point, Hykron could probably pose a match back. To be honest,
It can.
like seriously, considering what Reese has left, I'm
If
pretty
one
sure.
thing can, he definitely.
He has 4 Pokemon
Exactly.
left, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna go for the Bolt Strike, going on the Azumarill.
Screw it.
I'm pretty sure. I thought Bolt Strike did recoil damage.
I don't know.
Oof.
Apparently not. Oh, God. Z.
Z punch a lot.
I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out. Mama said knock you out.
Look how angry this man.
I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out real quick.
He just killed my little water bug. I'm about to give him these hands.
Bop, 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 bop. And the feet, bro. Don't forget about
Man.
those.
With what legs? He's a cloud.
Bro, he has. What do you think is in the cloud?
His dick.
Yeah, what do you think is attached
Come on,
to the
Dan,
waist
goddamn.
that dick is attached to? Legs,
And
bro.
speaking of dicks,
So yeah, it's Tornadus just like smacks this thing. Excuse me, sir. Please watch your jaw. It lives though. It goes for the Bullshock and the Reshiram. Does decent damage, but not enough to kill that absolute majestic monster. And Focus Blast, the most reliable move in the game. I'm telling you guys, Focus Blast hits more than Icicle Crash. I swear to God, it's really crazy.
I wish I had a
really
Pokemon.
crazy.
I wish I had a Pokemon with Icicle Crash just to prove you wrong.
Well, I think that doesn't matter anymore. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, bro.
So proud.
Talk your shit, yeah.
You can have these wins. You can have these wins now. I'm telling you. I'll see.
Dude, I'm not looking forward to season 5.
Season 5, you have a mark on your head.
I know. I'm putting it out there now. Oh God, hopefully I win finals.
Yeah, man. You get that crown. It doesn't matter. Like,
Yo.
to be honest.
And then I get to make myself a trophy for once.
You don't have to pay fucking shipping, bro.
I know. Speaking of, Zach, if you're listening, I really got to get you this trophy, bro. It's like you don't want to send me your address or something. All right, so going into the next match, I will take Mike's team. One of you may take Reese's team.
Go for it, Dan.
Oh, alright, that's fair. So
All right.
Mike's coming back in with the range. It's a little bit smaller without the Go, but it's scary with the. Now he's bringing the Swiss Swimmer with Kabutops. Really strong in the rain. Heavy hitter with physical attacks like Liquidation, Stone Edge, Aqua Jet. Pelipper doing the same thing as always does. Now he's bringing in the Ditto, which we didn't see get copy whatever Reese has. If he copies something like that Reshiram or the Lele, not even Lele, but like the Reshiram or like the Genesect, it's a really big threat. Kartana coming in fast, physical attacker. Doesn't have access to the strongest moves, but with a base 180 physical attack, you don't really need 100 base power moves to be doing damage. Mandibuzz coming back in, probably doing the same thing it did before, with a Tailwind, tanking hits. And Zekrom doing what Zekrom does best, and that's be big, intimidating, and killing.
Awesome. So, with the Ditto on Mike's team, Arisa's team being so powerful is also really dangerous. He brought all 3 of his Astrus Pokemon. He brought one of his high-class Ubers there, one of the Genies. He's got his fucking Togekiss. He's got his Togekiss, who has Follow Me access and is really bulky. Along with that, he can shut down priority moves with his Tapu Lele?
Yes, sir.
Tapu Lele there. And she is just also a really powerful Pokemon. Everybody and their mother loves when they see a Reese's team with that Scrafty because he uses it all the fucking time. We know what it does. It's going to use Intimidate. It's weak to fighting type moves, flying type moves, and, fairy and shit like that. So it's a pretty bulky boy though outside of that, and it's going to definitely set Intimidate out, which I'm sure he brought for a lot of these hard-hitting Pokemon like the Kabutops and Kartana. Supporting them and ready to sweep is Reshiram from last match and the Genesect, which we've seen do some massive damage to plenty of teams this season. Both teams really powerful here. I think the Ditto is definitely setting Mike's team apart because it's going to give him access to literally whatever he wants from Maurice's team. I'm ready to kick it off if you guys are.
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go. Great match. The leads were setting out with Rain starting with the Swift Swimmer, and then Intimidate and Follow Me support. So
And then Reese is here with, I'm about to head to my own brother's funeral outfit. It's fly as hell right there with the all black and teal, the turquoise. What the hell?
Yeah, I gotta leave my outfit on then if he's gonna wear that because I got all white. Well, I got white and black, but
after that first loss, Mike is not fucking around. Game went really fast with the Kabuto. Going for the Follow Me. Expecting like an ice beam from literally nowhere on that Landers.
Liquidation. It's a powerful move under Rain.
Solid damage. Solid damage.
Caliper dodging the rock slide.
Yeah. Do you think that rock slide would have been a better call from Kabutops in that transaction there?
Absolutely. I would have rock slide.
Yeah.
Rock slide or Aqua Jet, because Aqua Jet would have outsped the Follow Me.
That's a great name, Mike, by the way, on the Kabutops.
Yeah. Envy comes out, going ahead and copying that Cash Dash Mash Bash. Landorus. Follow Me comes out again, but I'm pretty sure he was targeting him anyway with the... Nope. Yep.
No,
he definitely was going to hit that Landorus.
Takes a huge hit. Doesn't go down, though, which triggers a berry.
No!
Landorus going for the rock slide again.
Look at him clap.
It missed again though in that same spot. No,
I love Landorus's physical attacking animation, just clapping that tail.
I just like how they're both across from each other, just like having a staring contest.
It's like my muscles are thicker than yours, bitch. Who you talking to?
Yeah, you don't talk like that to that guy.
Yeah, no,
bro, Cortana's small. What the hell?
Bro, he's a piece of paper.
I didn't realize how small it was. That's crazy.
He
so
came
cute,
from
man.
He is
arts and crafts project.
He is origami.
Origami Samurai coming up with a Follow Me. All that Togekiss can do, actually.
These rock slides are just not hitting both Pokemon like at all. It's been 3 turns. This haven't hit like.
Yeah. Rock Slide only hits half as much as Ice and Crash. It's fine.
Alright, Envy needs to reset itself because that Pokemon's just not doing it. Beaky Blizzard comes in to eat some attacks, obviously. Kartana gonna get an offensive move out. What's up, Haizana? What's going on, Delta Rogue? It's good to see you guys. Welcome to the stream. The Intimidate goes ahead and cuts down Kartana's attack. Smart.
Especially now gonna hit that. It's, even with the Intimidate, that's really good. This is scary.
Oh no!
Shift fucking gear.
I forgot.
I didn't even know that had that.
It has it in event only.
Oh yeah, you think that's surprising? Wait until you see the next movie. I didn't know.
Blaze Kick.
Excuse me? I fucking made that Genesect, by the way.
I did not know this thing got.
That's a shame right there, but I mean, since it is
in the rain,
pouring rain in.
Yeah, you'd be surprised what this fucking Pokemon gets access to. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Look at
with
the
ice.
legs.
There we go, Reese. I see you.
Look at how does Genesect get some kick in his?
And then the way Kartana died is so depressing. It's like a paper.
Fold it up, throw it away.
And let me chew on this bird real quick because I missed Thanksgiving.
Bro, Super Fang is such an underrated move. It's actually really clutch in like the right situations.
Especially against tanks like Mana Buzz.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, bro, I'm gonna live forever. Bitch, you.
Yeah.
Now we have the double flying coming out. Switching out the bird. Which bird? The dark bird for Envy. So now we're copying the second legendary of this game.
And it just so happens that Blaze Kick, which is super effective against itself.
And get the attack.
Oh yeah, not that kill.
That shit has extreme speed too. Yeah. So Blaze Kick, Shift Gear, Extreme Speed, and Technoblast. I don't know. I forget what the other one was.
It was Technoblast.
Hurricane. Yeah, still not enough to
Is that a
kill it.
shiny Genesect? I'm sorry again for
Yes, it is a shiny Genesect.
God, that shit is clean. What?
It's
Is that
an
Lightning McQueen? Excuse me?
it's an event. It's an event only Genesect that was
Kerchow.
released for a while.
Can you like
Slide
cast
you
it
one?
over
Yeah, I
here?
can slide you
Yeah,
one of those. I
at
got
one,
one
at
of
one
those.
point. Shit is
Yeah, man.
clean.
Hop online. I'm online right now.
My DS is like on my bed, and that's like a foot away from me, and I don't want to get up.
Well, you go ahead, hit me up when you want this Genesect. I got that.
I got you.
I got it on tap.
Doctor, that's Mrs. Doctor Flinch to you, sir. Landorus. Let's see if he hits 2 people with a rock slide today. Extreme speed coming out. Does
That's
good half. A little more than half.
smart move on Mike's part, since the extreme speed does have the better priority than the follow me.
Uh-oh, rock slide hit both
Oof.
Pokemon. And this is some thick hits.
Oh shit!
And they
Landorus
both go down, unfortunately.
just goes to show you, if you don't have an ice cube, Landorus is going to kill you.
Gotta have ice cubes.
Landorus' biggest foe is a tall glass of nice iced tea.
Cabo Tapiana. That's an awesome name on Mike's part. I'm hoping he went for the rock slide if the Cabo Tops has it. There you go, buddy.
I think,
Oh my God.
Like
these rock slides, man. Oh no. That's a shame.
Ice Circle Crash, but it's a rock type.
Did it hit both of them? Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Oh my God. They both survived with 2 HP.
Even I would have been geeking.
I would have been
Me
like,
too. I'd be like,
I
ooh,
was-
that's
bro.
clutch.
if I was a race, I would just like snap my DS in half. Like, man, fuck this.
He was really putting in work there. I'm really hoping that we get to see the rock slide bust off again.
Landorus
Come on.
From Cabo Tops, I'm pretty sure it will. I'm just hoping it hits both this time. And it does, and they both go down. Extremely good clutch on that 2 HP on Mike. And now he was in a pretty bad spot. He had 3 Pokemon left, and now I believe it's tied up, but he has the Cabo Tops under the rain, so probably gonna never mind.
But he has Tailwind
I
up.
jinxed
He
it.
has Tailwind
Oh,
up.
he does have Tailwind up. Good point.
Now it's just down to Lele. Lele. Oh, and Reshiram.
This restaurant's about to get smacked by whatever friggin' Z move Mike has on something. I don't know what.
Continental Crush, baby. Come on.
It has to be
The
Continental
battlefield
Crush.
got weird.
Drop that goddamn rock. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Flex on him. Bam! Ooh. That's so clean, bro. That's so clean.
Sorry, bro.
Look how angry that Kabutops is. Bitch!
It was very much so needed.
Yeah, I'm like,
How do you deal with giant dragons? You throw a rock at
He goes down. What? Fuck me.
bless you. Bless you.
the Dazzling Gleam comes out. Gonna take out that, but
Oh,
Hit the double knockout.
shit.
now it's down to 1-1.
That's fine, because Mike has his big boy, his champion, his team leader coming out on the field. And this thing is about to smack the hell out of this Tapu Lele with, I'm hoping, Bolt Strike. Yes! That's what I'm talking about, Mike.
Yeah, outspeeding the Lele. Pretty sure it's Scarf. I think Lele's like 5 points faster than.
He has Tailwind up, I think.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know if it ended, but yeah.
Lele wouldn't have one shot anyway with Dazzling. I'm pretty
Lele
sure.
gets clapped, and Mike clutches out a really good win that I thought the match lost, to be honest. If he didn't get that rock slide on the Landers and the Togekiss, then I'm pretty sure he would have took that on this match. But he pulls out the W, and now we're tied at 1-1. This is going to game 3, the all or nothing game. You know, both these matches have been really good. Props to both of them. Whoever wins this next match,
And both of them are not fucking around this time.
hell yeah, bring out the big guns. I like it.
Alright, this time I will totally take Mike's team. And Jay, why don't you take Arisa's team?
Got you. This Genesect, man. As you guys saw last match, this thing is extremely versatile. I didn't know it get blaze kick. That was crazy to me. I didn't know it get shift kick. I didn't know it got extreme speed. But so I'm eager to see because you can't like at this point, you can't really predict what it's gonna do. So I'm eager to see what Reese does. He goes for the Tornadoes, probably for the Prankster Tailwind. That's why he's leading it. He has the Azumarill, which I'm assuming is, the old musical drum set, the belly drum, and he has the Reshiram as a sweeper. He has the Aegis-Slash. Aegis-Slash in the first match put in an insane amount of work. I think it took out half of Mike's team after it got the weakness policy and the Swords Dance set up. And then he has Serena in the back, probably to stop Mike's whatever priority Mike has. Mike doesn't have a lot of priority on this squad,
on that squad.
But overall, this team by Reese is really freaking I don't want to say OP, but it's really massive. You know what I mean?
It's got some noticeable fire weaknesses, but also it's got some things to balance that out in the form of Reshiram and Azumarill. So it's just generally a really well constructed team. On Mike's end, he's going with the Thunderous, which does really well against the things that do really well against fire. I mean, so, Thunderous can go ahead and hit Tornadus, Azumarill. He can definitely hit that Reshiram with not an electric type move, but he has access to a whole lot of shit, so that Pokemon is awesome. Then we have the rain support again. Weather control might as well give him access. I don't really get I guess this is for flying type moves, I guess, you know what I mean? But, I don't really get the Pelipper here because, Azumarill is a pretty big threat, and giving it access to, rain is scary. I mean,
look, man.
I'm looking.
Look, man, Thunderous with Thunder, 100% accuracy.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, so I guess it's there to support the electric types with the Thunder access. The gift from Speakman in the form of the Mamoswine coming in, ready to get some priority if it can. If it's up against Arena, it's just going to try to hit it with some Ice. Ice is also going to hit the Tornadus pretty hard. Zekrom, we already know what that shit does. It's a beast. We're going into Mandibuzz there to tank out again and maybe get some interesting hits in. And Envy coming up, that Ditto, ready to copy any of the offensive threats on Arisa's team. If it can copy that Reshiram, I'm pretty sure that Reshiram has access to ground type moves, which works against it. So that could be really dangerous for Reese. I'm ready to kick this last match off in the semifinals if you guys are.
Yes, sir.
All right, it's 1-1, guys. We're going into it. 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah, I'm a little behind, whatever.
I'm a little behind, it's fine.
Go ahead.
I wasn't saying anything.
Look at that outfit. Oh, my God. Too much sauce.
Too much sauce. All the sauce.
Yeah, so they both come in looking real clean. Their Pokeballs are sweet. Master Ball and the Event Cherish Ball. Going in with the Master Ball and the fucking Pokeball.
And vanilla Pokeballs.
Vanilla Balls.
Manila. Get the download boost off and the drizzle. So, these leads that are on both play teams are super strong. I do think Reese is a little bit stronger since the priority tailwind now can let him outspeed. But
Tornadus is about to get smacked. I thought he was gonna use Thunder.
Tornadus is actually, so even in the tailwind, Tornadus outspeeds Genesis. Scary.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Clutch focus sash. I thought it was over for that Thunder just now. Genesis goes down. Mike was not having it after that first match. He was like, after that second match, he's like, F that. No, you didn't.
Not today, Satan.
Not today. So now, Tornadus has Thunder seems to get out now. Dash can protect. We don't see Mike using protect a lot, so he's throwing a little curveball in for a piece, blocking that with the Octojet, and Tornado's gonna outspeed. Give Hurricane.
Gets the confusion on the Hurricane.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but Mike does have the berry.
Like I said, Tornadus ain't no slouch in the special attack.
I just want to know if this Pelipper will smack itself. Ooh, it does not smack itself. Overcomes its confusion and sets up Tailwind.
So now the speed is evened for now until Arisa's Tailwind goes down. Of course, Pelipper snaps. I hate confusion. Let me tell you. confusion.
Yeah,
Half the time
confusion sucks.
Half the time it don't even work. Aquajet gonna come out and take down the Thunderous, which is really good for Reese, making sure that thing does not want a Thunderous living any turn longer than so.
Zeus comes out.
Yeah, Zekrom coming out really early, which we do not see very often. He wants to end that now. Smart switch out with the Tornadoes going into Thick Lady.
Ooh. She
Look
got
at
an
her
ass
eyeball.
on her, man.
Look at her eyeball and Zekrom like, you know you want. Come on, you want this play rough.
What the hell's wrong with you guys? He switches out Azumarill, brings Aegislash.
I don't like Aegislash.
And I like it. I like Aegislash. It's a hot piece of ass.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I like using it. I don't like fighting it.
Yeah, I agree with
That's
that.
for everybody, though.
Tailwind's gone.
Because you're switching out, not wanting to get hit with that. Coming.
I'm eager to see what the Aegislash is.
Ooh, stop that priority Aegislash.
Just in case. But he's actually going for King Shield.
I mean, you know, but now he can't do priority, so whatever.
Oh yeah, he can't hit him with the Shadow Sneak, and now he also can't set up
He
Swords Dance or go for a second King Shield. If it's
Yep.
still out.
So low kick, actually, instead of the play rough. I don't know if he was expecting like a switch in, or if he doesn't have play rough on this arena.
Excalibur gets out of there. He said, fuck that taunt. I don't deal with that shit. Reshiram, handle the business out there.
Blue Eyes White Dragon hitting the board.
Smart play by Mike. He knew that Aris was going to switch out the Aegislash going for the U-turn. Probably bringing out, I believe, Mamoswine.
Peaches.
You know.
Bah!
Goes to the Tailwind again. Two really good moves by Mike. I'm eager to see what this.
Good pressure.
And then Aris does his own U-turn. That did a decent amount of damage, actually, on that Mamoswine. Azumarill comes back out.
Yeah, Azumarill. Who cares about that tail?
Uh-huh.
Switching that Reshiram, not want to take any damage. Stop for Tornadoes. Probably predicting a ground move.
Mm-hmm.
The Mamoswine. Mandibuzz switching out.
I'm assuming
He was
this
trying
is
to copy
maybe
that.
High School Crash or something. Oh, okay.
Nah, man, that move sucks and misses all the time.
Protect. Mm-hmm.
Protect the smart, not wanting to get hit with the Aqua Jet.
That imposter shit, man.
Yeah, but I'm actually going for the play rough instead.
Alright, Peaches, get back in the ball.
Get back in the ball, Peaches. We're setting the rain up once again. It's scary here, but because of the Azumarill. But now we have two Tornadoes here, so Mike's will outspeed with that choice. But we're actually getting a tailwind for the priority, which means Mike is definitely going for an offensive hit with a Hurricane.
Oh, snap!
Mad hit on that Azumarill. Doesn't get the confusion.
Play rough.
Gets the player from the developer, and at this point, Arish just has to wait out the rain, and it's gone. But now Mike sends out Zeus, who just destroys the
Both
two
of
Pokemon
those,
across
yeah.
from him right now.
It's a matter of who he wants to save more, Azumarill or the Tornadoes. When he switches out the Azumarill, going.
Oh,
for,
dude, if he had gone Earth Power on that Azumarill, I know he normally would have gone an Electric move, but Earth Power on the Azumarill, bro, I'm telling you.
Hurricane on the Aegislash.
Predicting the switch.
Gets a confusion, which is really big. Much
Ooh.
like confusion.
Oh my God, this Zekron's about to get knocked. this time by Tornadoes. It was Lander at first.
No, it wasn't. It was Tornadoes last time.
Nah, are you sure?
Yeah, Tornadoes is...
Was?
Hey,
That's
how many times I gotta show you this, old man?
I'm like, that's even better. Excuse your jaw the second time. Zekrom, my good sir.
How's that jaw feel?
So he took less damage this time than the last hit.
It's probably vested.
It might be. Yeah, it's probably vested. Get the Bolt Strike out. It's like, man, you clapped me in the jaw twice.
Get my revenge!
Tornadoes going
And
down for the
that's great for Mike because now Aris doesn't have a Tailwinder left, I believe. So now
and his Tailwind peeks out, and he can prankster Tailwind now.
Yeah. Well, because he's locked into it because that Ditto is definitely Scarfed, I believe. No, it's not Scarfed because it did Tailwind Den Hurricane. So I think it's I forgot what it has on it now.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Mike.
Because it was Break the Confusion for the King Shield.
I'm surprised he went for the King Shield
Yeah.
right there, to be honest.
I would have gone for like Shadow Sneak on the Tornadoes, but that's just me personally. Drinker Raider is not going to knock out. And we get another Hurricane out on the Reshiram, so it's got a huge hit on it now.
Ooh.
And now both of Reese's Pokemon are confused on
Come on,
the
Mike.
opposing side. Peaches comes back. such a funny name. I don't know why.
Peach is the Mammoth Swine. We got a lot of switches in. We're taking out some confusion, coming out for thick, juicy fruit. Reshiram actually going to stay in with that
Oof.
2 special attack and get. Surprised he let the Reshiram stay in.
I'm glad he did.
Mike is in a really good spot right now.
Tailwind coming up again. So we're switching out the Reshiram. Going for Excalibur.
Earth move would have done just as much.
That or Foul Play.
Smart move.
Yeah, Earthquake coming out. So Aegislash is going to take a huge hit here.
Aegislash survives. Oh my god.
Which you know what that means. Weakness.
Shit!
Give me that. Give me that pretty sword dance. And the Foul Play coming out. Is it Aegislash? Nope, it's Serena. And she's going to take a huge hit too, but gets a.
Oh, Peaches, no. Oh, no.
Peaches falls down the tree and goes out for the count.
Oh, he broke a tusk.
Nope. So now here's a big thing though, because while Reese is already so
He copies those fucking boosts.
and you also have to deal with that speed tie. Actually, no, because Tailwind's up. So we're gonna switch out back out to the Zoomer instead of letting the grass die.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Cause I was like, I would just attack to be honest.
The Battle of the King Shields, both Aegislash staring at each other. Foul Play gonna get blocked, and that -2 attack drop. But now he's gonna switch out, actually.
But yeah, I just felt like he had that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have attacked there personally, but I know Mike.
Yeah, Mike just said he's misplayed here.
Oh, okay.
But so we're gonna switch back out to Nikki Frenage. But now Aegislash is tied to
shit.
staring. Somebody thought to take this hard L. And Zekrom.
Clutch.
That's it barely lives though, and we get the.
Oh, yes! Kind of.
Not sure about that whirlwind. That's just.
He could have killed him maybe with a foul play.
Yeah, a foul play. I probably would have killed right there. I think that's. I don't know if that's what he was talking about when he said he misplayed.
Even with the resistance, Zekrom will go down from Aqua switching out, getting imposter. Getting that punch. I don't know, what the hell was that move?
Faint.
Oh yeah, that was faint. I was like, what the fuck is this?
He's like, what the fuck?
Aqua Jet gonna still do a good hit, and Valve gonna take out, finally take out Serena. Her thick days are over.
Oh, I forgot. Or you said Reshiram. I thought Reshiram died.
No,
Jets.
no, not yet.
Come on, Aqua Jet, bro.
Come on, Aqua Jet. Wait for Aqua Jet. So Aqua Jet coming out on MV first.
Oof. Oh, what a wow.
1 HP.
No way.
Aqua Jet number 2 gonna hit the and trigger the berry.
Yo, it's crazy because he still
what
has
does
a.
Reshiram do though? Is this blue flare gonna kill? I think it's gonna kill.
Blue flavor.
Oh, the smart move.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna go for the Mandibuzz.
I don't want to hit this. I don't want to deal with this priority anymore, man. Especially with the Tailwind coming out too. So, Mike's Aqua Jet would have outfit its own Zoomals. But now we got the Zeus. But we got to deal with this Zoomerl though. Like, one hit from the Zoomerl and that Zekrom down.
So Reese has 3 Pokemon by this point.
over.
Zeus goes down.
From the Aqua Jet.
It's over.
Zekrom goes down. I think that's very symbolic right there.
Yeah.
You know, that's Mike's signature Pokemon. Although it wasn't, it's not the last KO, but
When
at this point the match is over.
When Reshiram survived that bout through the DS.
That's what Mike said. Yeah. Excalibur comes out. It's fucking over, unfortunately.
Got the double priority here, so it's a matter of who.
About through the DS. Feels bad.
And Azumarill, one of the leftover birds. So
that's it, man.
Arias gets it.
The 2-time champ
Trying to make it 3
returns
times.
to the finals. After that's great for Reese after happened last season. I do feel for Mike. He did have an amazing season. A lot of us thought he was the favorite to take the championship this year. But those 3 matches, those are great matches all around. Those are probably like some of the best matches in league history. I put them like in the top 10.
Oh,
to be
definitely.
completely honest. So yeah, Mike has nothing to feel bad about. He definitely played extremely well. Fortunately, as he said, he misplayed towards the end there. That happens, but yeah, man.
One thing I want to say.
Have our last 2.
One thing I want to say about this year is it's been one of the craziest years in terms of metas. It's also been one of the most fun years, and it's probably been the year that we had almost the most perfect season too. There was a couple hiccups with a couple surrenders and having to fill in for J-Wade, but for the most part, this has been one of the best seasons. Every player, honestly, thank you for playing. You guys did amazing. You all did great to make it a great year.
Thank you.
Couple things to note about this week. That does mean that Aris and I are in the finals against each other, first time since season 1. It's a rematch of season 1 finals. That also means that this is also the first time in league history that first and second got eliminated before finals.
That's holy shit.
Yeah, so it's a pretty fucking big deal. Most of the time, first and second pretty much make it to the finals.
I mean, this is big, man. Especially you, Ian. I remember you. I was joking. I was like, you didn't start from the bottom. But I'm like, you came through the knockout stage. You went to you then went to a best of 3 to another best of 3, and I'm gonna go to the third best of 3. And I'm like, that's a lot to prep for.
That's also
You know what I mean?
unprecedented,
So
I think, as well. This is the first time in league history that someone from the very bottom of the racket went all the way to finals too. So that's crazy. This is a year of firsts. We got Zach's 11 match win streak. We got me and Aris taking out first and second before finals, and then me going from the bottom of the bracket in the elimination round all the way to finals. It's been a crazy year.
You were number 6, goddammit.
I'm saying I said I was in the elimination rounds. I was in the bottom elimination rounds, and now I'm in the finals, man.
God damn it.
Right. So who knows what would have happened if you had beaten J-Wade, though you probably would be up here fighting me.
Who, me? How? No, I would have lost to Zach.
Wow, whoa, bro. I'm seeing you in season 5 too. Now.
I'm pretty sure you don't want that, Dan. We all know what happened.
I'm begging for it.
I don't think.
Let me get that.
I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of
So
wasting my time.
Whoa. Oh, okay. All right.
I want to say a couple things. Thank you again, all the players that played. You guys made it an amazing season. You all deserve a round of applause. Also, I want to say I can't wait to see a good. I hope all of you return for season 5. I really want to see you all here. I hope we have a great season 5. It's going to be amazing. And then a special thank you to all of my co-commentators this year, specifically Dan and Jay for coming in and filling in on the semifinals. You guys are awesome. Everybody deserves a huge shout out this year. It's been one of the most tumultuous years. It's also been one of the best years and the most fun years. So Thank you guys.
No problem, man. Then last time is our last predictions of the season. We have a rematch of season 1 finals. The big boss, aka Mr. the Head Honcho, aka the Emperor, Ian, against the 2-time champion, E-Ray Blitz, aka you're probably gonna get washed, aka let's see what happens. But I think you guys I don't know, man. This is probably the hardest pick.
I think Reese has like shit.
Yeah, I mean, Reese is pretty powerful. We match up interestingly. Obviously, he cuts out a lot of my priority with his team, but then like I also have a lot of his weaknesses on my team to counteract that. But then he has a lot of my weaknesses on his team. It's a kind of a back and forth.
Yes, Jordan, you are correct. Ian did beat Dan twice in the quarterfinal.
Yeah. So I just kind of went on a little win streak in the playoffs.
Hell yeah, man! That's what I'm talking about.
But I did not anticipate making it here. Reese, it's gonna be interesting to see you in playoffs again and finals.
You were talking your shit in the PLC chat like a day ago. Get out of here. What do you say? Oh, I think like he said something and then I responded, and then you're like, oh, watch when I win this season.
Oh yeah, nobody responded. I was like, my reign of terror is gonna be great.
But yeah, I mean, I think you guys definitely match up interesting, as you said. Ian, you're extremely hot right now. That was a statement win by you, in my opinion. Damn, this is a hard choice. I think Reese takes it in 2 games. I'm sorry.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
I gotta.
I'm sorry.
I would be normally inclined to agree with you, but I'm gonna have to just believe in myself on this one. I'm gonna say I take it in 3 games.
I respect that.
That's respectable. I was really like, I'm about to beat his ass in 2 games. Oh, that's calm down.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he's gonna beat your ass. I'm just saying. I think.
Well, you know, if we do even make it to 3 games, one thing to note, even though it was singles, obviously, I made it to 3 games in season 1 with him, and like that's one thing nobody's ever made it 3 games against a Reese. I don't think in finals.
Shots fired. I see you, Ian.
So, you know,
throwing a bit of shade on your opponent from this round.
But
damn.
I'm gonna try my fucking best, bruh. But it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys for staying with us all season. We hope to have you again. I do want to say before finals, after finals, we're gonna take a short break leading into our off season, and then eventually after Sword and Shield drop, we will start recruitment for season 5. So be on the lookout for that. Everybody who's checking us out right now. And then it's been a pleasure, as always. I'd like to thank my commentators, Jay.
Yo, peace out, guys.
And Dan.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you guys for finals season 4. Signing off, this is your CEO, Murrah. Have a good night.